In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use Synthesia to help us learn Bach's B minor Minuet, the one that was made famous in the video game Tetris. For my setup here, I have my Yamaha piano connected to my MacBook computer through a USB cable, and then I'm mirroring my MacBook display on my iPad so I can set it up here next to my sheet music. If you don't have an iPad, you can just set your MacBook next to your sheet music. That works just as well. When you first open Synthesia, you get a menu where you choose the song. You just click on the song, and then there are three options for practice: melody, rhythm, and song recital. I don't really use song recital, but melody and rhythm are both pretty helpful. The melody is the one that I would start with, so we'll just choose right hand, and you have to click it twice for some reason. I'm going to hit pause and talk a little bit about this here. This is called falling notes. It makes it look like it's Guitar Hero or Dance Dance Revolution. It's not very helpful when we're trying to learn to read music. So you go to the settings menu here, turn off falling notes, turn on the sheet music, and then we'll close the settings. The next menu is the metronome menu. When we're practicing things slowly, it's helpful to have the metronome set to double speed so that we get clicks on every eighth note as opposed to just every quarter note. So in 3/4 time, we'll have 6 eighth notes or 6 clicks as opposed to just 3. So we'll turn on the double speed option. We'll close the metronome menu. Here we can choose the tempo that we're going to practice at. So I'm going to set this to 30%, and I'm going to hit rewind to take us back to the beginning. And then you can see here it's showing us where we are in the music. And if you wanted to start someplace else, you can just click on the place where you want to start. But we want to start in the beginning. So I'll click on the first measure. I'll hit rewind just to make sure. And then I'm going to press play. And then notice that it's showing me on the on-screen keyboard where I should be playing. If you're comfortable just reading the sheet music, I would recommend just trying to follow it on the staff. And then if you don't know where it is, you can peek down here to give yourself a hint. So I'll go ahead and play. Now notice that the left hand is being played by the computer in blue. And one of the things that happens, I think this is a bug in the program, if you take too long, it will wait for you, but the left hand will be out of sync because the computer is somehow, it's just gotten ahead. So if you take a long time, it's okay. Just hit rewind and start over again. And the left hand will play at the appropriate time. It will wait a little bit for you. Now, if I play a wrong note, it shows me what note I played in red. And then it also highlights the key in gray. If I look down here, I see, oh, I'm supposed to be playing the black key. So I play that, and then the computer will let me keep going. We'll try the left hand next. Click twice. Then you can do both hands together. Click twice. And again, it will only go as fast as you play. It will wait for you. If you play a wrong note, it helps you to find the right one. And this is all at your own pace. you want to try to go faster, we can just turn up the tempo. If you find the metronome annoying, you can turn it off. Once you're comfortable playing it with Synthesia, it's time to try to play it without Synthesia. So if I just choose both hands again, and there, it's waiting for me to start. Now I'm going to not look at the screen, I'm just going to look at my sheet music, and I'm going to try to play it. And if I play something wrong, Synthesia will be there to help me out. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Notice that Synthesia has stopped moving. It won't go farther until I go back and I fix that note. So I look at Synthesia, I say, oh, okay. It was third beat of the first measure. Those are the right keys. There we go. It would be helpful if I turned on the metronome, and I'll show you why. Turn on the metronome. And this is because Synthesia will stop beating time when you play a wrong note, which is helpful. You'll know right away that you have to stop and go back and see what you did wrong, right? Let me demonstrate. Everything's fine until you play a wrong note. And now it becomes obvious that the metronome has stopped. And I look at the music, rather I look at the screen, I say, oh, that's where I messed up. And then the metronome will resume as soon as I play the right notes. Oh, here we go. Next, I'm going to show you the second method, which is practice the rhythm. And I think that this is most useful when you're trying to learn to play steady, especially if you have a tendency to stop or to slow down when things become difficult, right? So I'm going to choose just the right hand. And it's always helpful if you're having a hard time playing at a certain tempo, of course, to take it slower, right? So I'm going to slow this down to maybe 20%. And you'll see that the computer's not going to wait for me this time. So let me demonstrate for you. See, it will just keep going, and I have to catch up. And it doesn't matter if I play a wrong note or not. It just shows me what the wrong note was, and then I just have to remember that I need to practice that measure. But at least this keeps you honest with the tempo, and it keeps you going. And that's about it. I've shown you the two methods, practice the melody and practice the rhythm. I don't really use the song recital method, and that's because I really think that we should use Synthesia to learn the notes and the rhythms. And once you know the notes and the rhythms, we should try to get away from using an app, because I think that you'll be much more natural and expressive when you're playing from just the sheet music, or even better, playing from memory. But Synthesia is a really great way to help us get there, especially when you're first starting out and you're not sure about reading sheet music and if you're playing the right notes. So for that, Synthesia is really helpful, and I hope you'll give it a try. If you have questions, write to me in the comments box below or contact me through my website at joshtatsuocullen.com. Thanks for watching.